Well, hello, my beautiful Cancerians. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for May 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, the frequencies in the earth are changing at this time, of course, and we can all feel it. And what it means for the Tibetan symbols that I usually use is that they may not be as palatable to the ear as they used to be, as we become more sensitive and open to the vibrations around us. So I've sourced a softer frequency to prepare and cleanse your reading. I'm using a Gaia chime to cleanse hourly, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. Okay, so let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Cancerians, this is your monthly reading for May. Well, here we are. I can't believe it, but we finally have left all those horrendous retrogrades and eclipses in the dust. Now, May is mostly calm. I say mostly, of course, because we do have some challenging transitions, but the month of May will actually offer very auspicious vibrations, a steadier pace, and of course a moment to breathe with harmonious trimes to really get centered and focus on what truly makes you feel happy and secure. Now, personally, I'm a little bit suspicious that the planetary alignments are presenting as quite calm for the majority of the month. Us water elements tend to see things differently sometimes when things go super quiet, as I'm sure you'll know. Now, of course, most people may see this as super positive, and I do as well. However, we do have a full moon in the sign of Scorpio in opposition to Uranus on the 12th of May. And of course, I'm a Scorpio, so if I know one thing, if the energy goes a little bit quiet in and around anything to do with Scorpio, something big is coming, okay? So the beginning of May could literally be the calm before the storm, as this full moon could get a little bit challenging, intense, and leave you feel a little bit sensitive, only in terms of your emotions. So I want you to be aware of that, okay? Now, the alignments are shifting into positions, shall we say, that will really pack some punch a little bit later on the year, especially since heavyweight planet Saturn, ruler of karma, makes a massive shift from the 24th of May into the sign of Aries. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves just yet and recognize that we have officially moved into beautiful Taurus season, ruled by Venus. So let's take a moment to really enjoy the positive aspects that it will offer us on a personal level, for it will increase your ability to release pressure, find peace, and really lock on to opportunities to increase and safeguard your wealth, as well as comfort and fun. Now, you may feel inclined to beautify your home this month. Do some DIY, declutter, revamp with a fresh new color palette, whatever keeps your home feeling like a sanctuary of calm. Now, we also have, so I'm just going to move your cards into the right positions there because I'm only reading the uprights in the deck there. Now, I was mentioning there that we also have Jupiter, my favorite planet of good fortune. It moves into the sign of Gemini, expanding opportunities for fun, social gatherings, travel, and of course, double the luck, especially if you have important meetings, presentations, or even run an online business. But no matter what you do, this first part part of the month shall actually see you shine and attract, even love if you're searching for someone special to share your life with. Now, this month is perfect to ground your energy, embrace your sensual side, and really delight your senses with moments of pleasure and leisure. You might feel compelled to get very explorative with food this month and develop your kitchen witch or wizard, trying out new recipes, prioritizing your health, and being more consistent with any routines that help empower you. Attending festivities, cultural events, and planning vacational getaways to help you really decompress is also starred too. But let's really face facts, because Taurus season will actually keep you focused on your money, offering careful attention to build upon long-term goals and gains, whilst utilizing new technology to keep track of your finances, secure or compound wealth. Now, stability will really be at the forefront of your mind. You may have a thirst to learn more about financial structures to make your money work for you, whether that's through professional advice, online, or even self-help books. It's a really great time to save financial statements down as well to confirm liquidity, whether you have a little bit or a lot, just in case glitches occur or gremlins meddle in the system. Now, I have been mentioning for the month of April, and actually beyond that as well, that there may be some power outages, and of course we've just seen a major one across Europe, so I was tapping into that energy. And of course I don't see anything untoward here, but it's always savvy just to make sure that you save down any statements financially that you have, just to prove the amount that you've got in there should any of these sort of power outs really affect a grid in a weird way. So I just want you to be aware of that. But of course, Taurus season on a personal level actually asks you to rebalance, to find natural stillness, connect to the earth, and this will help you not feel overwhelmed. And of course, it will ask you to nurture relationships with people that you consider your soul tribe. Now, of course, in terms of world events, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, get to the part while I hold up your first card, okay? That will be the start of your reading. But if you do want to hold on and hear what's going on energetically, potentially in the world, then stay on. Astrologically, we are kind of repeating a cycle from 1992 right through to 1999. And we only need to look back at that period in time to really understand what we might be destined to experience. Now, of course, 1999 saw the launching of a new currency, the euro. So we may hear whispers of digital currency transitions as a soft launch before the big rollout. I'm drawn specifically to financials this month, of course, because Taurus season really influences wealth and currency in a big way. So we'll see more fluctuations with tense trade discussions. However, Taurus season will actually try to keep it all together with patience and a long-term view of shifting back towards some form of balance. Now, we could also see a country finally break free from a long-standing financial structure in favor of independence, causing a bit of a power struggle later on in the year. And of course, an ambitious move to conquer or overthrow may see an authoritative figure forced from their position, but they really will not go quietly. And of course, I also see this image. It's a flash of a motorcade in conflict. And I'm not sure where this is or who's involved, but it's definitely something to look out for there too. Now, the golden era of information and truth being revealed is already in motion. And Taurus season will really see a confrontation of any unfair manipulations, which really opens humanity's eyes even further, nudging a bit of a rebellion against societal structures or structures in general in favor of personal freedom or belief systems. And what I mean by that, so for example, we've got Mars, Pluto in opposition, a cosmic boiling point, which could heavily influence wild weather in and around the 14th of May. And as Mars actually appears next to the Beehive star cluster, we could see major conversations focused on the decline of bees, catastrophic in terms of ecosystem disruption, of course. And this revolutionary vibration could see a gathering of people fighting to save the farming industry or agriculture in some way. And that's what I mean by, standing up for what you believe in order to save something that helps people, humanity. Okay, so it could be something like that that we'll see in around the middle of the month. Now, we'll also continue to see increased seismic shifts and volcanic eruptions. I mean, I really hope I'm wrong about this, but we've already seen an increase, and I've been mentioning this for quite some time. And I have mentioned the Ring of Fire numerous times. Two major volcanoes spewing ash close together in date could be a sign of a larger Pacific Ocean event to come. Now, my guides gave me a triple earth movement shall affect many. A horseshoe caldera, which burns inside on the Eludian arc, it shall erupt and be a sign. Now, of course, that's a bit of a conundrum and maybe worth looking into a little bit deeper to decode. But, you know, the energies are currently operating right now to release pressure, both on a global and a personal scale. And on a personal level, this month, it actually influences you to pay more attention to your values, your belief system, and of course, your appearance. You know, this month is all about sustaining beauty routines and treating yourself with a little something something. Taurus season reminds you of quality over quantity and always offers some form of reward, bonus, or prosperity, as it is a harvest month. And there's a lot to look forward to, but most importantly, May offers positive expansion, connection with those that you consider dear. It reinforces the importance of purpose and self-care whilst opening up portals of opportunity for you to really build upon for your future. So let's get to your cards and see what's going on there. I mean, your first card is a star card, so you're definitely, you know, empowered and shining your light. You're a beacon of light in the month of May. I feel some of you have been going through some challenges, of course, and you may have been asking big philosophical questions. Some of you, this is a month where you revitalize your spirits, where you kind of like lock on to a more hopeful energy. The star is an indication that you're wishing for something, but it could be that you're making a major leap towards this month. It's like you're reaching for something, and I feel this cause and effect energy will see you have it, because the star is to be inspired and see something that you really want in your mind, to really put that wish in your heart, okay? Have an openness about the month and trust the process that it's going to work out for you. And the Two of Cups is the vibration that you're connecting to. You know, the Two of Cups basically means the thing that's in your heart shall be attracted into your life. You know, it is a union card. And what I mean by that is, for some, it can be love. You know, you're attracting love into your life. For some, it can be an opportunity, but it can also be friendship or reciprocity or more balance or more money. So whatever it is that you're wishing for right now, the Two of Cups is your final card, and it means you shall have it. Three of Cups indicates you'll celebrate this, whatever this is, okay? So we do have that star energy. So I would say May is a very inspiring month for you. Lots of new ideas. You're really excited about something, and I feel like you're really kind of locking on to being a little bit more grounded or down to earth about the things that you need to prioritize to get done, because of course you still have responsibility. We've got the cause and effect card, which is basically the Justice card. So it means that you're locked on to administrative tasks like paying bills, getting everything organized, making some adjustments for some of you. I feel some of you may actually at the end of the month make some adjustments to factor in a group gathering. This could be something that is impromptu, okay? It could be a family gathering or a soul tribe gathering, people coming together to celebrate something, maybe even celebrate yourself for winning something or accomplishing something, because that star energy can indicate that your star power is literally rising. Now, if you're in a career, for example, I do see an offer coming in, and with that King of Wands energy in the resistance position, it can indicate that perhaps a promotion that you've been working hard towards accomplishing, you know, you may be cautious that it's not showing up for you, or you may be feeling a little bit uncertain about it, but I feel there is this energy, it's like a secret opportunity. So it could be in the works right now, and you may hear about it later on in the month of May, and then a contract is presented to you, because we do have the contract energy there with that Justice card. And also the Two of Cups is, you know, doing a deal or solidifying some sort of opportunity that is offered to you, okay? So it could be an agreement that you make this month. Now, of course, if you're not in a career, I would say that for some of you, you could be you know, signing on the dotted line for an agreement. And what I mean by that, it could be like you upgrading your cell phone, or it could be that you're partnering up with some sort of social media platform to run a business, or even like perhaps speak your truth online. For example, it could be second streams of income for some of you there. With that star energy, I feel like you will be seen, and I feel a lot of you could go viral or go global on that as well. But also, you know, this is an energy of connecting to things that make your life run smoothly. So I feel a lot of you could be looking at different service providers or changing service providers during this time, because you have the Devil card there and the Five of Swords. There could be something that isn't working, or a service that, you know, is not doing what they said on the tin. Basically, it could be that you're like, oh, every time this cuts out, or, you know, maybe the customer service isn't as great as, you know, it should be. Whatever it is, I feel like you're wishing for more harmony, and you're just trying to get organized or get something sorted that you know has for quite some time been a little bit of a fly in the ointment. Well, you get it sorted this month, and you know, I feel once it's done, you've got peace of mind. So whatever that is, I feel like you may call up customer services, or you return to something that perhaps has been bugging you or bothering you, is what I'm seeing there, and you find a resolution for that. Now, if you're someone who's going through some sort of legality, whether it's a court case, a divorce, or something like that, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. So much love. The star energy indicates that you are someone who is kind of like coming to this situation really open and saying, look, I want a resolution. It's painful. With that Devil card, some of you may obsess over this or fear, you know, this process, and I'm sending you so much love, but I do see a resolution here. And with the Three of Cups and the Two of Cups, I feel it's a fair resolution there, but it is also something that you'll celebrate. So it could be that you get a little bit more than you hoped for, or it could be that finally it's over and it's like a breath of fresh air and you're free from this in the month of May. So please apply it to your situation. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay. Now, coming back to the energy for the month, this is a big detox month for you, because we do have that star energy, which is all about healing. It's all about purifying. And we've got the Devil card there as well. And this is the protagonist energy. So it can be that you are literally identifying anything that drains your energy, or perhaps is toxic in certain ingredients or food substances, because we're in Taurus season, which is all about earthy food production, what we digest, what we tangibly have, you know, even friendships, for example. So it could be that you are looking at anyone who perhaps does not support you or does not have your best interests at heart. And this is a time for cathartically letting those things go, or cutting them out if it's something that you digest, for example. I do see, my beautiful Cancerians out there, that you have a lot on your mind right now. You could be kind of like obsessing over something as well. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you the energy, because Five of Swords can indicate a lot of pressure or tension, and the Devil card can be worry, anxiety, or you've got a lot on your plate right now, and it's been like worrying in your mind and you're feeling a little bit obsessive about it. But I see with this star energy that it's going to be a little bit more clearer to you this month. Problem solving is going to come easier if you're dealing with something that has been challenging there, and I feel that you're really like highlighting how you need to be proactive in a situation, or productive, and get organized in that situation as well. I mean, the Five of Swords is literally you walking away from something that is painful, or that has been hurting you, or basically has not been serving your highest interests and has been preying on your mind in some way. So I definitely see here with that Devil card, it could be something that bound you, you know, to the spot, something that perhaps you don't want to think about, but it keeps popping in there. I definitely see here that you finally get a resolution to it and heal it, whatever it is. I mean, for some of you, it could be a conflict with a person, you know, for some of you, it could be, you know, that you've been dealing with a person who tries to win at all costs, or has been verbally unkind to you in some way. I feel this person, if this is a person, I feel there is an apology that will come forward on this, because the star is a very healing energy. But let's bring this back to you, because the star is, you know, lots of new ideas, and you're putting them into practice. I see a lot of you, it's like you have an idea, or you had one, and it's like, it's not that you shelved it, it's bubbling over, you're ruminating on it because you have that High Priestess energy. So it could be that you're trying to take stock of the next steps of whatever it is that you want to accomplish, and you're just getting everything in order, okay? A lot of you with this Knight of Cups in the resistance position at first, because anything in this pile, it is in the reverse, but it will go into the upright. You have a lot of unrealistic expectations upon yourself sometimes, and what I mean by that is, you know, you may take on too much or overcommit yourself yourself. And I feel some of you could be balancing out your to-do list, because the Five of Swords indicates you have a lot to think about right now. You've got a lot that you're crossing off on your lists, and it's like balance and prioritizing what's important. Otherwise, you'll feel overwhelmed. You know, sometimes if you've got 10 things that you need doing, maybe put like 4 things on your list for that day, you know, major ones, the ones that you're prioritizing, and say, okay, I need to do these 4. And that will give you this energy of like completion when you've hit the 4 of your targets, and then you can add to your list, rather than look at 10 things on your list and think, oh my gosh, I only did 6 for the day. I didn't do those 4 things. You know, that is a sense of like tearing yourself down that you didn't accomplish the 10 things, rather than going, okay, I accomplished the big 4 and now I've got room for more. So let's add a few to the list. It's a much more positive approach and a much more positive energy when you complete something. So I feel a lot of you could be just, you know, prioritizing, but also rescheduling and finding balance to prioritize what's important. I definitely see that you revitalize your spirits this month for something. And, you know, the King of Wands, you're following your passions. You know, the Devil card can literally be that you're passionate about an idea, almost to the point of feeling obsessive about it. And that's why you either do too much or you take too much on. And it's not that you're not capable, not at all, but sometimes you can burn yourself out. So just watch out for that, because I feel balance is the key to that indeed. Now, you may be wishing for something. As I mentioned earlier, that 2 of Cups, you shall have it. You know, there is a law of attraction here, but also a law of karma, as well as you taking steps towards making it happen. The Devil card can literally be that you're locked into something and you're obsessive about it until it's done. So I definitely see that you're, you know, in a flurry of activity there. But let me just pull a card on the Devil card, because a lot of you could indicate here with this energy that, you know, there's been a very toxic environment, or maybe even toxic thoughts, you know, intrusive thoughts. Sometimes it doesn't have to be toxic. It could be intrusive thoughts in your mind that you're really trying to find balance with. And for some of you, because we do have that King of Wands there, if they are really intrusive and kind of like tearing your energy down every day or every month, for example, it could be that you find a practitioner or confide in someone who has knowledge to help you break free from these intrusive thoughts, okay? So it could be that you mention something in passing, and either a friend who really cares about you or even a family member says, oh my gosh, I was dealing with that as well. Now, everything's not the same. I can only empathize, but they may offer up some sort of practice or some sort of ritual or routine that can help you create peace of mind there. And this doesn't have to just be a friend. It could be like a medical practitioner as well there too, okay? Now, I'm just going to pull a card, as I mentioned, on that Devil energy, but because it's partnered with the Star, I would definitely say that, you know, this is a highly intensified month where you are inspired, and actually there is a brighter future for you to look forward to. But the Devil card can indicate right now you're feeling a little bit stuck. You're locked onto your goals. You're working as hard as you can. I'm actually seeing a little ant in the water. It's so cute, this beautiful little ant. But ants, they are strong. They are super strong. And I'm seeing this little ant carrying this big, huge, I'm not sure what that is, but they're carrying it to like the colony. Okay, so it can indicate that you've taken on some extra work, or perhaps you have been taking on more than usual in some way, or maybe you're the main breadwinner for your family or your soul tribe, and it can indicate that, you know, things have been tough. You've been feeling a little bit heavy in your energy, but you're working towards something and it's all coming together. What I'm seeing here is that either you're going to get a little bit more involved in the community and, you know, you're going to take a load off this month because your 5th house is influencing you, which is all about the pursuit of pleasure. You know, you've still got this responsibility or whatever it is you're working towards, and it is all going to come together and create something really solid and stable for you that is going to be rewarding, is what I see there. But also this 5th house is going to really like push you to let your hair down a little bit more and recognize that you need time for rest. I see new invitations coming in for you as well. There's one that you haven't even, you know, received yet. There's an invitation here to go out and have fun or do something that you're really excited or passionate about. For some of you, you may actually just get more involved in the community. Maybe that's why I'm seeing that ant there, to kind of like lighten the load and get involved in the community in some way. And I feel it could be that, you know, you are either joining some sort of event or hobby in the community, and it helps you meet new people. But also it could be that there's some sort of support offered to you this month in recognition that you are doing a lot. So it could be an appreciation thing where, I mean, some of you may feel a little bit unappreciated right now, but I can see that there is a token of appreciation from someone who actually means a lot to you, or their words mean a lot to you. And, you know, I feel there could be a very intense conversation that highlights this person really appreciates you, okay? Now, of course, because of that fifth house, I see a lot of you coming out of your comfort zone to seek more fun, excitement, and maybe even do something that you haven't done before. And some of you may also want to revamp your love life. So if you are someone who is searching for love, I see some sort of event coming on in, or an invitation that puts you in the path to new love there. I see you meeting a person in a group activity, or, you know, an event there where people are gathered. And we have that Justice card. So I feel like you have a soul contract with this new person, and it could lead to a high level commitment like marriage if you want that. Not everybody wants that there. We have the Five of Wands challenge, we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this tends to tell me that you are, you know, like working on something, maybe even different compartments of your life. You know, the Five of Wands can be that there's lots of different parts to your life to make it run smoothly. And right now it feels like a gear shift needs happening, or that things have been a little bit clunky, and it just feels like when you're trying to fit everything together, it doesn't quite fit. And it's just a bit of a challenge there. But, you know, if you know the Five of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's 5 figures on that card, and each one has a wand, and they're trying to make a star, okay? But you know, when 5 people are trying to make something, you know, everyone's got their own idea of where everything should go. You know, there could be a bit of interference, for example, and then that doesn't fit, and it's like, oh my gosh, is this ever going to work? And it just all feels really clunky, and then suddenly it all comes together, especially since you have the Four of Pentacles, which is literally the star. So it indicates whatever you are, you know, working on right now or actively focused on, it's all going to come together. A lot of you, it could be that you're like taking ownership of your life and building solid foundations financially. And, you know, with this Knight of Pentacles, this is wealth that is going to stay, okay? So it could be that you're working really hard and you're being thorough this month, dedicated to some sort of financial strategy or plan, or even a savings goal that you're going to lock onto. I mean, this is you being active when it comes to your finances, because Four Pentacles to the Knight of Pentacles is increasing what you have. So it could be that you are thinking of second streams of income, or it could be that you're looking at your pension 401k and trying to get advice on how to manage it, especially since there's been some dips in the market recently. It could be that you're getting back into some sort of balance there, and maybe some of you will get some advice there, or maybe you'll just learn about it yourself in order to basically get back into some sort of synchronicity and some sort of harmony with your finances. I mean, the Five of Wands is always my gym card as well. So it could be that you're getting a little bit more active. Some of you could be working towards something and you felt that you haven't been able to give your time to your body, or to, you know, nurturing yourself in a healthy way. You know, when you're in a flurry of activity doing something, suddenly you, especially if you're traveling, you know, you don't always have the option of choosing the healthiest, you know, food or the healthiest beverages or the healthiest options because you're busy, you know. And it can be that you feel a little bit like anxious, perhaps, that you've been working towards something and you've left little time to reinvest in self. So you're looking at the options that you had and you chose to have the quick fix, for example. So this can indicate that you're aware of the quick fix, because the star energy is all about illumination. It is about seeing things really clearly with clarity there. And it can be that now, you know, you're embracing a healthier phase of life. Okay, so that's what is happening there with that Devil card. I would also say that if you're locked onto your goals, which I see that you are, you know, this flurry of activity is going to create something really exciting there. I mean, you're working hard for it, whatever it is, but I also see that you need to factor in, or you're trying to factor in, this other thing. So this other thing could be that you are literally wanting to be more active physically, and you don't want to remain stationary there because perhaps you've had to just lock onto your plans. So you find the balance in that for this month of May. But it could also be that you're already doing something and now you want to train in something as well. This could be education. It could be that you are upskilling or you're honing your craft. So it can indicate that you're doing something that is stable right now and that you're trying to do something else as well. So it can indicate that you have to prioritize your time and, really own your time this month in order to make it all work. You're being super disciplined. And I see that, that Knight of Pentacles energy, it indicates that you will work towards stability and, you are kind of like interested in making something happen that perhaps you have had to revisit many times, but now you make major progress with it because it feels like it may have come to a standstill, or you had to again, I don't feel like you shelved it. I just feel there's this energy of it's calling to you in the month of May, and now you dedicate a portion of your time to it to make it happen, okay? Now, with this Five of Swords, this can indicate as well that some of you, especially with the Devil card, and we have a Knight of Cups, someone may come towards you. We've got that King of Wands in the resistance position as well. There is this energy, and I feel it's two energies, so I have to acknowledge them. I feel someone may come towards you for advice about something, and you want to be really honest and give the right advice, okay? But it may involve you kind of it's not negative. It just feels like you may have to deliver some sort of news or advice to a person where it almost feels like you're letting them down, or you're telling them a truth that could potentially wound them, okay? So it feels very much like you don't want to hurt this person, okay? And you may be trying to diplomatically find the right words to either let them down gently, or it could be that you recognize that you have to kind of end up being the bad person in this person's story because you're telling them the honest truth about something, but at the same time, it's like you're delivering it in a delicate way, not to destroy this person. So for example, I'm just giving you this as an example. It's not something I'm seeing in the water. Say, for example, your friend came to you and said, I've been learning the piano. And do you want to hear? And you're like, yeah, sure, that'd be great. And maybe they've been learning the piano for 6 months, okay? And you're like, okay. So you sit down and they start to play and you're like, oh my gosh, this is not good. But I can see that they've been trying really hard and they are making progress. But how do I now tell them this? How do I talk about this afterwards? It's like a really eggy situation. And then when they're finished, they're like, what do you think? And you're like, yeah, oh my gosh, that was I can see you've made progress there. That's so cool. And I'd love to be able to play the piano. But, it's great that you've started, and I can see it all coming together rather than saying, oh my gosh, you've been doing this for 6 months and okay, you've got some ways to go. Okay. So I feel like you're delivering some news that could be a little bit negative, but at the same time, you're kind of not being positive about it because I feel like you're being honest about it. You've got the Justice card there, so you're delivering this news in a diplomatic way, but it's an honest way. So I'm just being given that, whatever that is, because you really care about this person, and I feel like you want to nurture this person to say, yeah, you're doing a great job. There's still more to go, though, and I'm supporting you in that, and I can't wait to hear the next part that you'll learn because it will improve on whatever it is. There's always a process, but also this could be something that you're going through right now. When we learn something, at the first, it feels like it's not fitting. It feels like it's clunky. It feels, because you have that Five of Wands that came out, it just feels like something at the start is always going to end up not like you imagine it to be. Like an artist, for example. Back in the day when I used to do a bit of art, I'd have a vision in my mind and think, okay, I'm going to create this thing. And then I'd create this thing and I'm like, it is nothing like I saw in my mind. And I look at it and go, and I'd be dissatisfied with it or disappointed. And then I'd walk away from it. And then a couple of days later, it would yearn and it would call me and I'd be back doing it. And then I'd improve on it. And then I'd change it and I'd shift it. It just feels like for some of you, if you're actually going through this yourself right now, I would say don't lose hope, because the Devil card can sometimes tear us down when we actually feel that nothing is fitting. You know, if you start a new job, for example, because if some of you are out of work at this moment in time, you may be feeling a bit cautious or a little bit nervous. And I'm sending you a huge hug out there. But I actually see an opportunity that you're absolutely going to love. And it's got status. It's something you're going to be passionate about. It's a really high ranking position. And it puts you in a position of authority in some way. You're going to be signing a contract there with this. And it is a really good deal. And there is reciprocity. So you get the right money for the role. So when you first start, though, everything's going to be like really alien to you, where you're like, oh my gosh, they've got a new process. I don't know the people, don't know the faces, don't know the building. You know, at first you're like trying to learn the ropes, and it can really put a lot of pressure on and make you feel like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get this? And we start to kind of like worry about it, get anxious about it, and then you start to like grow into the role, make it yours, and then you become like part of the furniture, as it were. So, you know, some of you could be doing something new, bold and daring, and taking a leap of faith. And at first it feels clunky, but don't let that kind of dissuade you from moving forward, because you're going to make a lot of progress, and it's, you know, going to be very successful indeed. And you will literally celebrate yourself for, you know, pushing on through and, you know, accomplishing it. Now, we do have that High Priestess energy. It is in the resistance position at first. So this can indicate, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. The second energy I was getting, as I said, I was feeling two energies. I'm getting this energy where there is a person here who I feel has been repressing their feelings for you, okay? And this person, looking at the energy, I'm going to pull a card and see how you feel about this person. It's like there's a secret admirer here. Okay, because you have a Knight of Cups and a King of Wands. So both of them are in the resistance position right now. So because the High Priestess is there, this indicates this person's keeping a secret. So I'm just going to pull a card and see how you feel about this person. Looking at the outcome, there's a Two of Cups there. So this person, if you're single, could come towards you. If you've got a crush on this person, I mean, it can indicate that something that was very physical, very intense, very passionate, you know, not on the surface, definitely not on the surface, but something that was just very physical in its nature, a lot of chemistry, a lot of frisson there, a spark turns into love. Okay, so I'm just going to pull a card on that. The Death card. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Yeah, it's like, you know, something changes in this connection. We've got the World card. You know, I feel with this, because we've got a Two of Cups here and we've also got a Three of Cups, I would say that some of you, this could be someone that you used to be connected to is still harboring feelings for you. But also for a lot of you, there could be someone who basically has hidden feelings or unrequited love feelings for you. But we have two cards, the Death card and the World card. And I was asking the question, how do you feel about them? And I would say there's nothing going on here with this. I mean, the Death card indicates a change in the relationship, a transition, but the World card can indicate, you know, an end of a cycle. You put paid to it, as in, you know, you're not interested in this person. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. These are two ending cards. So I feel like even if you're like married or in a high level commitment, there could be someone who kind of like oversteps a mark, especially since the King of Wands is in the resistance position. It can indicate someone who makes a pass at you, for example, and, you know, they have hidden feelings for you. And suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I did not know that that's how you felt. They've been keeping the secret, but I feel like you may shut it down. Okay, if you are someone who is looking for love and you want to be in a high level commitment, I'm just seeing you meeting someone in a group of people. And I mean, for some of you, a friend may actually set you up with someone as well. So this will be something that you will talk about though beforehand. So it could be that they invite you to something and say, oh my gosh, I've got a friend who really has, you know, feelings for you or is interested in you, and maybe you want to meet. You know, they've seen your photo or whatever. I just get this energy that your friend could actually put you in the position to meet someone new, and I feel like there is a discussion about it before the actual event. But it could be more like, you know what, I've got someone you should absolutely meet. Maybe they don't set it up like romantically. It could be like, oh my gosh, you two should definitely meet. You've got so much in common, and suddenly there is a frisson. But I do see someone coming forward with a flirtation, shall we say, and I feel like you may not be about it in the month of May. And, you know, there's someone else that perhaps will capture your attention if you are single and looking for love. Now, a lot of you, this position with these cards can indicate you may be working on something in secret, perhaps, working on a project, something that you really love. But again, I feel there is this energy of an unrealistic expectation, like you put too much on your plate, and taking it in smaller steps could help you in the month of May make a lot more progress than rather, sort of go, oh my gosh, I need to do it all now, because that will make you feel like you're letting yourself down in some way. So that's coming through there. Now, of course, a lot of you are super busy, and I would say there is a calling here for you to tap into your higher self, especially with the High Priestess card. This can indicate that, you are getting lots of downloads, messages, and tapping into like the unknown. But this is kind of like your intuition guiding you. In silence, wisdom will come towards you. So if you have like a flurry of activity where you're super busy, sometimes it's really hard to hear the whisperings of your heart. So a lot of you could actually, especially at the end of the month, implement meditation or have some quiet time to really hear the messages there. I mean, the 12th house is governing you at the end of the month, and that's really the deepest part of your chart. So I'm not surprised to see that right in the middle there, because this means that you are going to feel a little bit more sensitive than usual. And that's why I mentioned earlier about, the full moon. And this will help you kind of like connect to your higher self, and maybe even help you ask questions about your path and your alignments to your belief system. It'll help you develop a deeper sense of awareness and receive those important messages for personal development and growth. Some of you may actually be developing spiritual gifts like scrying or remote viewing or hypnotism, or for some of you, regression. You may be thinking about past life regression. That's something that doesn't always come up in my readings, but it's something that's just popped up now. So perhaps this is something that you're interested in at this moment in time. I mean, a lot of you, because we do have the Justice card there as well, and the High Priestess, this could be you like settling down this month to documentaries on the unknown, like space, exploration, or, spirit world, what's beyond the veil, the unknown, or even like unsolved mysteries and things like that, because this is a card of mystery and it's in the resistance position with the Justice card. This can also indicate, you finding things that are really interesting to think about, not just what's in front of us, but asking those bigger questions like, what's our world all about? You could be asking those sort of things or watching things regarding that. Now, of course, that 12th house can also make you feel like having a spiritual retreat, or even like putting yourself on a course of learning, because this can be a card of new knowledge. You're learning more about yourself, and I really want to say that ant that came up there, this is you kind of like learning about what you're capable of, that you're someone who is like super strong and you tend to take on a lot more than other people. But I do feel that you do have like some sort of support network or some sort of appreciation of all that you do in the month of May, and it could come in the form of conversation. Now, you're not looking for validation. I totally see that there. But what I see is it's nice for people to acknowledge or recognize that you've been under a lot of pressure. But I do see that pressure is going to be off for you this month, where you embrace more of the finer things in life. You have the energy to do creative projects. And it's a perfect time as well to reignite a passion project, or, get more involved with people that you haven't seen for a long time and be a little bit more sociable there as well. Now, the Knight of Cups will go into the upright position, and this is you revitalizing your spirits, but also this is you being a best friend to yourself as well. So I would say here that you're really kind of like visualizing all the things that bring you joy, and it's an encouragement from the universe to go after your heart's desire. And the universe is actually going to send you opportunities, because it is a two-way street there. The cause of effect card is literally like take one step towards your dreams, and the universe will literally make 10 steps towards you to make it happen with you. You are a co-creator in the vision that you have for your future, and you're literally locking on to your soul song. As you can see, I love these cards either side. This is the wish, it's the hope, it's the dream with the star energy, and the High Priestess is to know you're going to make it happen. You may be cautious, you're not, 100% sure it's going to work out, but deep in your heart, but also you're connected to higher influences. And, with that Justice card there as well, as you can see, the vibration is matched. You've got two cards of vibration, those sort of musical notes there. So that wish is going out into the universe. Your higher self says, you know what, this is your path. You're connected to your calling. And the Justice card indicates cause and effect. You started with a wish. You started with a vision. You started inspired. And this is how you feel about it. You've ruminated on it. You have tapped into it in a deeper way. And suddenly, you know, it becomes your reality. It shows up for you. So I definitely see here that good stuff is happening for you. It's taken a little bit longer to get to you there, but I do see this cause and effect where something that you've been hoping for, it becomes your reality in a really good way. It's being offered. The Knight of Cups is an offering of something that you will absolutely love, and grab it with both hands there as well. Now, of course, this card can indicate that an opportunity that you would love or a proposition will be laid in front of you in the month of May, and you get to decide how it transpires or how it works out, or whether you grab that opportunity with both hands or not. It's your prerogative. But I do see here, whatever it is that you do, you will celebrate the outcome for it as well. Now, I would say with this King of Wands energy, because it will go into the upright as well, middle of the month, this indicates you're inspired, you're influencing your circumstances, and you're completely aligned with what you aspire to do, okay? So I would say whatever your focus or your purpose is this month, you get it done, okay? I would also say that for some of you, you may deal with, and I don't like mentioning this, but because we do have these cards in this position, intuitively I feel like you have a feeling this person will come forward, and how can I put that? It's like they may kind of like be assertive or over assertive, almost like bulldozing your decision, or trying to bulldoze an idea. So if you're in a business, for example, it could be somebody who tries to rain on your parade. This is someone who can actually see that you're very gifted and talented, and perhaps feels threatened in their role. So it could also be an interaction with like a neighbor, for example. It could be that you've done something wonderful with your property and they are disgruntled because it looks so good, but then they think, you know what, I'm going to complain about something because it's something that's changed and I don't like change. So it could be something like that. Could also be someone that you really care about who's under a lot of pressure, and they just get a little bit snappy in the middle of the month. But I feel it will be resolved, whatever it is. So I'm just going to leave that like that, okay? Now, the cause and effect card, of course, it is the Justice card. So a lot of you are remaining flexible this month, because I feel there are some impromptu meetings with friends or events that I feel like you'll want to go to. So I feel like you're keeping your diary a little bit like open. I'm just getting this energy of being open and hopeful for what is to come this month, but you're going to be so proud of yourself, of all that you accomplish, and there's going to be a lot of good times there at the end of May as well. Some of you may even be trying to have a quick getaway. I mean, I'm not seeing any travel cards here, really. I mean, the Knight of Cups could indicate you go somewhere that you really love, but it feels very short for some of you. So maybe you've already gone on a vacation and you've just come back. I'm not sure. It's not showing me much travel energy here. But I mean, this card, it can indicate that you are keeping your life running smoothly. And, you know, this can also indicate that you're locked on to administrative tasks like, you know, emails, phone calls, paying bills, you know, keeping life running smoothly, as I said earlier. But, you know, this can also indicate that you are living your truth, that you are deciding on something and you're making it happen, whatever that is. For some of you, because, and I think I've mentioned this already, there could be a service or product that you have purchased or utilized. Maybe it's a rolling contract, a direct debit on something. There may have been like some problems or issues and it's been really frustrating, and you may feel that enough is enough and call customer services, for example, and you could, looking at the energy, I feel like you could come to a better deal, or perhaps it gets fixed in some way. But if not, I definitely see that you're going to other service providers or products in order to feel fulfilled there as well. But I feel something that you're doing, which is a project, it just all starts to come together. And I mean, I definitely see a truth comes out, but I feel it's connected to someone having feelings for you. That's already been mentioned there. But let me just pull some cards on that Justice card just in case. I feel more than anything, you're taking responsibility for your life. And I feel, that you're trying to eradicate drama and harmonize. We got the Knight of Pentacles again. So this indicates stability. It indicates that you're working hard to make your life work, and there is going to be a payoff for your dedication, that you are determined and that you are going to do your absolute best and never leave a job undone or a project undone. So it could be that you're completing something that you've had on the go, but ultimately this card indicates that you're going to be very effective this month in moving forward on something, and you're going to work really hard, and you have the stamina to make something work. Okay, a lot of you, this could also be second streams of income. Could be that you are launching something this month, or you could be seeing better returns this month if you're already someone who has your own business. The Knight of Pentacles can also indicate that you're paying close attention to your body, your mind and soul, and keeping balance there, keeping peace of mind. But also, you could be looking at your sense of values, your belief system, and really thinking about what you stand for, your sense of purpose, and what's important to you at this time, who's important to you. You could be decluttering, not just detoxifying, but you could actually be looking at some of the friendships that you feel like you've outgrown and be stepping away from those people or those situations that drain you in favor of nurturing other relationships where you feel people have got your back, and actually reach out and say, how you doing, people who actually care about you and what you're up to there as well. Okay, but Knight of Pentacles indicates that, you are working hard, patiently, diligently towards something, and, things will be a little bit smoother for you this month there as well. And we have that Three of Cups, definitely something to celebrate that comes in, and I feel it opens up a lot of opportunity for you. I mean, this can literally be that you're going to be rearranging, because you do have that Justice card, rearranging some of your schedule at the end of the month to factor in events with people that you really care about. This could be literally 5 people coming together to have fun, for example, or it could be you and your nearest and dearest. It doesn't have to be 5, but I'm seeing 5 balloons in the water right now. So it could be, balloons tend to represent fun, so it could be 5 people. It doesn't have to be, but for some reason 5 is important there. But it could be that a group of people come together and have a lot of fun, but you may need to factor this in, for example. Now, of course, the Three of Cups, if you're ready to fall in love, Two of Cups says love is on the horizon for you. It's on its way. But also Three of Cups is a celebration, being proud of yourself, receiving something that you worked really hard for. And, if you know the Three of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, it basically is harvest time, okay? As you can see in this particular card, there's 2 elephants there, okay? There's actually other elephants in the background, so it could be a tete-a-tete, as in a major conversation. Three of Cups doesn't always mean 3 people. It can just mean a gathering of people, or 2 people, or however many people, just understanding each other, spending time, friendship, and kind of enjoying company. So I would definitely say that you will hear some good news, but some of you may actually hear some good news around a family member or someone you really care about as well, and share in their joy and celebrate with them there too. I actually see some of you getting a gift or a present. This could be a letter. It doesn't have to be a physical, tangible item. It could be a letter or some sort of communication between you and a person, and it's a real gift to receive that. I see a lot of you thinking about structures as well. So if you are someone who is trying to work out some sort of legal structure or entity regarding something, whether it's a business, or perhaps you're petitioning for something, or campaigning for something, or you've applied for something, I feel you could be looking at the legalities of it, and then everything starts to come together. There's more movement. So if it's just been in the works, you've been waiting for some sort of results on it, it definitely gets moving and heading in the right direction. And the Two of Cups, as I mentioned earlier, is the thing that's in your heart, the thing that you wish for. I mean, the star is going to the Knight of Cups straight to the Two of Cups in your spread. So I would say the thing that you desire the most is on its way for you. You've worked really hard for this. Even if it's love, it can be that you're creating a healthy environment for love to come on in and you to attract the love that you truly deserve and desire. But also it can be an opportunity. A lot of you, this is a deal. This could be like a promotion, or it could be a raise or some sort of opportunity to increase your status in some way. For some of you, this Two of Cups and the Justice card there, it can be that you are signing a contract with like an online platform to have your work be seen in some way, or it could be a publishing deal, or it could be you signing with an agent in order to like showcase your work or get seen for roles, for example. For some of you, it could also be that if you are selling a property, it could be that you are actually, partnering up with the best realtor, for example, to help you sell and get the best price for your property. So it can be like an intermediary helping you in some way get what you want. So this is a person that you will build strong alliances with as well there, okay? And of course, if you're searching for a dream home that is affordable and within reach, I see some of you actually signing contracts at the very end of the month. It seems quite quick. It just feels like there will be this flurry of activity from mid-month, but it is somewhere where you will just feel at peace. It's just the right place, okay? So, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I mean, some of you are literally either getting a psychic reading this month, or it could be that you are developing your psychic gifts to become a reader for some of you. And this is going to be very fulfilling indeed there as well. You could be making major advancements in your spiritual journey this month too. But we do have, look at this. So we have concealment, as I mentioned earlier. I mean, sometimes I'll get messages and readings and I'll be like, okay, I don't know where Spirit is going with this, but I just got to get the message out because that's what I'm being given. And then suddenly the last deck will like tie it all up together. Like, yep, that's the message. Concealment. As I said, someone is hiding feelings from you that they have for you. And this person, for some of you, this person could actually be connected to somebody else already. They could be married, so just watch out for that. But it says here, something is kept hidden, hiding from the world, hiding your true self. I mean, you're coming into the month of May with the star energy, so you're allowing yourself to shine. So if you've been in hermit mode for a while, this could be the month where you really get out there, have fun, be a little bit more sociable, try a new style, try something different, maybe even a new place to frequent. I just feel this energy of you kind of like, if you've been dormant, now is the time for you to be out there shining your light. The same in business. If you feel that opportunities are present for you to stand up for what you believe in and really articulate your ideas, I would say with the Justice card, make sure you copyright or trademark anything that you are creating at this time. So you wouldn't want prying eyes to be like taking your ideas and trying to make it work for themselves, or pretending that it was their idea in the first place and taking all the credit for it. So just watch out for that. But I feel more than anything, this is connected to someone having, feelings for you, and that it will come to light. Okay, we also have futuristic, so a futuristic view of the world, modern and unique ideas ahead of your time. So you're going to have lots of ideas that are literally from left field, and you may feel they're wild and wacky, but the wilder and wackier, the better, because that means there's originality there. And I feel like you could be creating something that's really original this month, and don't doubt yourself, I would say. But a lot of you are thinking about your future, and the star energy is a brighter future to come. A lot of you could be thinking about your future money situation. So it could mean that you're putting some sort of like financial strategy into process, as it were, and that you will remain balanced with that. Some of you may actually get some sort of advice, or even discover some sort of like online app or something that will help you manage your finances there as well. But this could be that you're just thinking about ideas that can help you for the future, that you're nurturing right now, that are going to be so successful for you long term, and you'll literally celebrate yourself for doing it. Okay, so taking those steps, even a first step, sometimes it can be really hard, but once you actually take that step, as I said, the universe is going to take 10 steps towards you to help you make it become your reality. And finally, we have Psychic Reader. So I would say a lot of you may even cross paths with a psychic reader. You could go to an event in the month of May where there just happens to be someone who is a psychic or a reader. For example, this could be at a personal kind of event with friends, or it could be at a festival or something, and maybe you get a reading there and there is some important information there too. But ultimately, some of you could also be developing your spiritual gifts at this time. I want you to be aware of everything that's on this table there. So this could indicate that you're looking at what you digest this month as well. So we're in Taurus season, which is all about food. It's about water. It's about beverages. It's about luxury. You know, with the Devil card, I feel a lot of you are trying not to overindulge, or if you do have a little bit of excess at the beginning of the month, because it is at the beginning of the month there, I feel like you kind of recalibrate and get back on track is what I'm seeing there. But it also says here, gaining confirmation and clarity, and that's what you're doing. So this could be literally you having an intuitive hit. Your higher self is like communicating with you and sending you an omen or a sign and saying, I'm confirming that this is happening. I'm confirming your ideas. I'm showing you the way. So really listen, because in silence, wisdom comes to you. And it says having natural psychic powers, which I definitely see that you have, and you're nurturing them. Everybody has the ability to be psychic, okay? We can all have a flash of intuition. We call it intuition, but these are psychic flashes that can give you a nudge or a hunch about something that is to come. You know, if you ever walk into a room and two people have been in there arguing, but you did not hear the argument, and if you walk into a room and you feel the vibes are off, and you're like, something happened in here, something went down, you can feel it. Why? Because you're very intuitive and you're picking up on the vibrations, and that's what we do. So, you know, everyone has that ability, and I feel like you could be tapping into it more this month. And finally, it says consciously seeking answers, and I feel a lot of you are questioning this month. As I said, your 12th house is a big part of your chart where you're going to philosophically ask questions like, where do you feel like you belong? Are you happy? You know, what would make you happier? What's the missing ingredient? Are you feeling fulfilled? So it could be that you're going to find a lot of resolution in these questions. You're going to find answers to these questions, but also, you know, this is a soul-searching month, and, you know, if you've got any issues or problems that you're dealing with, you're definitely problem-solving and having your life come back into some sort of balance or harmony there, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, so we have one rune, okay, and it actually is the elk rune, which is all about friendship. It's all about optimism. So again, that really connects to your reading, but also this rune can be about you being very fortunate in moving forward in something that you're ambitious to complete or accomplish. Okay, so I would say that your tenacity is going to make it happen. Also, I see something budding for you. It doesn't have to be a romance, but it could be a project or an idea, the seed of an idea starting to formulate and bud and, you know, really blossom. Maybe you're budding. Maybe you are the one who's having a glow up there as well, and you're just going to look at yourself in a different way. So maybe you're nurturing yourself in a different way, or you see yourself differently this month after all the things that you've accomplished, because I feel like you've been through a lot, and this is your harvest time, okay? So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Cancerians. I hope something resonates there for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.